Friends, today I'm going to show you how to make this pesto pasta salad that you can make a whole bunch of at a time and just store it in the fridge for whenever you're feeling too lazy to cook. I actually made 3 boxes of this at a time, so I have enough to last me for a while. Let's get started. Go ahead and add a whole bunch of basil into your food processor, as well as some fresh parsley. You can use flat or curly, it doesn't really matter. They taste the same to me. And I just add the stems and everything. You can also add other herbs if you'd like. I'm going to add in a whole bunch of kale because why not? Kale is my absolute favorite veggie. And then I'm also going to add in a bunch of cloves of garlic. Add as much as you want. And a little bit of olive oil. You don't have to add the olive oil, but I think that it makes the sauce just nice and smooth and delicious. And then I'm going to add the zest from 1 lemon as well as the juice from 1 lemon. Now, if you don't like a lot of lemon, you can omit this as well, but in my opinion, the lemon really adds to it. It also helps with the absorption of the iron in the greens. If you didn't know that, it's always good to have vitamin C along with your dark leafy greens, especially if you're vegan. Then I'm going to add in some nutritional yeast because, of course, and some sea salt, not too much because there's going to be some salt in some of the other stuff we're adding. And then some dried onion bits. I really like the way that these taste. And then we're also going to add in some capers, which are very salty. That's why I said don't add too much sea salt. So I'm going to add in some capers as well as some of the brine. And then I'm also going to add in some of this Violife feta cheese, just a half a block. Again, this is also salty, so we're adding even more salt to our sauce. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend that up until it's nice and smooth. Now, you may have to stop your food processor and scrape it down a couple times. It just depends on your machine, and also it depends on how much of each ingredient you add. And oh, I completely forgot that I also like to add in some type of vinegar. Today I'm adding white wine vinegar, but I've also used apple cider vinegar and balsamic vinegar, and both work very nicely. The cool thing about pesto is that you can't really mess it up. It's super simple and it's delicious. It's also a great spread on sandwiches. You can make a whole bunch of this all at once and store it in the fridge. I've stored it in the fridge for up to a month. Maybe that's not okay for you, but I've definitely done it a bunch of times. So let's make our veggies now. In a pan, I'm going to add some avocado oil on medium heat, and I'm going to add in a whole bunch of chopped up mushrooms. And I'm going to add the mushrooms first because I like to get a really nice sear on mushrooms. So I'm going to cook those the most. And once they start to release all of their liquid, that is when I'm going to add in some chopped up tempeh for some extra protein. And if you don't like tempeh, don't add it. You can also add any other type of protein source that you'd like. The cool thing about this recipe is that you really can customize it to your taste and your preferences. I'm just trying to inspire you to meal prep and make some stuff to just like have around so that you have a nice healthy meal available if you need it. If you're too lazy to cook, I have a lot of days like that because I'm so busy. But anyway, now I'm adding in some chopped up orange bell pepper and some yellow onion, and I'm just going to continue to saute that. And I'm also going to deglaze my pan with a little bit of veggie stock and coconut aminos. And so once I pour that in, you'll see everything starting to bubble up, and I'm scraping up all that deliciousness at the bottom of the pan and just stirring it up. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in even more garlic because, as you know, I'm a garlic girl. Just going to continue to saute until everything is done to my preference. So I like things pretty well done, but you cook it however you want. This is your food, right? And so after that keeps going for a while, I found some leftover spinach, so I'm just going to add that in right at the end because I don't like overcooked spinach. I like it to kind of just wilt a bit. And this is the pasta that I'm using today. It's green lentil pasta. If you haven't tried lentil pasta, I highly recommend it. It's high protein, it's delicious. You can't go wrong. And it's gluten-free if that is a concern to you. So I made 3 boxes of it because, like I said, I want to have a bunch of this in the fridge just to have around. I might even store some in the freezer, just in a couple little individual containers. I'm going to add in all my pesto sauce, and I'm just going to mix that up and get it all incorporated. I kind of needed a bigger bowl for this, but that's okay. And then once that's mixed up pretty well, I'm going to add in all my cooked veggies. Just going to pour those right in there and stir those up. And then I'm going to add in some fresh veggies because I really like that. I'm going to add in some raw chopped up grape tomatoes, some purple onion because I really like the crunch and the flavor of it, even though we already put yellow onion in our sauteed veggies. And then I'm also going to add in some chopped up Kalamata olives. If you don't like olives, just don't add them, but you can add other veggies if you'd like. I'm also going to add in some more chopped parsley because I really like the taste of it. And again, add any other additional veggies that you want. You could also add in some hemp hearts if you want even more protein, but this is what it looks like. This is the finished product. And I also like to garnish it with some sprouts. I'm putting them on top here. Sprouts are really good for you, and I really like the way they taste. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this inspires you, and have a great day, guys.